Hey gorgeous, and welcome back to A Complete Vibe. If it's your first time over here, hey, welcome. So over here we talk about self-confidence, manifestation, motivational tips, self-development, self-improvement, just things you can do to become a better version of yourself, because that's why I'm here, to help y'all. I'm here to help y'all help me so we can help us, okay? I want to talk about the things I've done in my life to gain peace and more clarity. And also, if you hear birds or dogs or cars in the background, obviously I'm outside and I apologize for the noise, but you know, this is God's nature and I can't control the animals and the sound. So just try your best to overlook it, okay? So the things I've done to gain peace and clarity in my life, number one, stop arguing with people. Y'all, I am the queen of you were right, I'm wrong. It doesn't matter. Matter of fact, it wasn't even that long ago where I overheard somebody having a conversation about me. I let them finish their conversation, and then I asked them like, yo, what's going on? What's up? And they were like, oh, I wasn't talking about you. And I was like, okay, do you know anybody else named Cherie? And they were like, well, no. Okay, so obviously you were talking about me. But that was then. And now it's honestly like, you were right, I'm wrong. You can have it, you win. Girl, I don't even care. And I just go on about my day. You can tell me the absolute opposite of whatever I'm doing, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, you right. How you know? You right, girl. You a psychic. You right. You right. You right. You right. And I'm just gonna move on. I stopped arguing with people completely. This one was a hard one for me, but I stopped maintaining one-sided relationships. And this is why I think self-love is so important, because when you get to a place where you start valuing yourself, valuing your needs and your priorities and what you desire, a lot of things and a lot of people will start to fall off. If you stop, just take maybe a week and stop reaching out to people. Don't call nobody. Don't pop up at nobody's house. Don't comment on nobody's social media. And just see who contacts you. See who calls you and be like, well, hey girl, how you doing? What's going on? Like, just take a step back and see who's going to reach out to you, or who's going to call you and make sure you're okay. If you don't call me, I don't call you. If you don't visit me, I'm not going to visit you. You don't invite me, I'm not going to invite you. And a lot of people did start to fall off, and I mean, so be it. Everybody can't go with you to the next level. I honestly feel like where I'm at in my life right now is definitely a season of elevation. It's definitely a season of rising up and becoming the next version of myself. So if people or so-called friends need to drop off, then so be it. That's what it is. Overlooking my blessing and comparing my life to someone else's. And this was huge for me. I did this all the time. Even when it comes to YouTube, you know, I would look at somebody who's maybe been doing YouTube for 7 years, and maybe they have like 500,000 followers, and I'm over here with my 200 or 300 followers, and it's like, dad, you know, you effing up and you're not as good as you may thought. And I really had to check myself, like, no, I can't compare my day one to their day 2045. You know, like, it doesn't make sense. Pay attention to what's on your own plate. Start realizing how far you come in your own journey, you know, and just concentrate on what you have going on. Don't be so quick to look left and look right to see what everybody else is doing or how far they've come, because it's not going to do you any well. I remember one time, well, not that long ago, I saw a video. It was floating around on social media, and it was about 2 people in a race, and the first person was ahead and they were doing good, and they just so happened to look over, and when they look over, the energy it took them to look over, that person who was in second place now had gone past them, because you're concentrating on the wrong thing. Worry about your own lane, run your own race. Nipsey said it's not a race, it's a marathon. So pay attention to your own race, okay? Next is needing external validation for things I wanted to do in my life. So, okay, so what I mean by that is it was a time I would not make a move. I would not do anything until somebody else validated it. You know, like I really wanted to start solo traveling, and everybody around me told me, oh, don't do it. They kidnap black women. You gonna die. You ain't gonna make it. Whoop-de-whoop. Y'all, I started solo traveling. Hands down, one of the best experiences of my life. No cap. Like, that is the honest to God truth. When you can make it in a country where, one, you don't speak the language, two, you're not from there, and you're able to maneuver through that country and like vibe and have a good time, and you know, be able to meet all these beautiful people and experience different cultures. Like, yo, that's like an experience you can only experience in person, and I would not change it for the world. People told me not to start YouTube. They told me it was too late in the game. I done missed the wave. Man, y'all, I am the wave. Do you hear me? And so I wouldn't have started my small business. I used to own a selfie museum. It was also called A Complete Vibe. I would not just have done a lot of the things I had a desire to do, because at one point I was so fixated on needing somebody's approval. Like, somebody had to tell me, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, you should go for it. But the reality of it is, a lot of people don't dream. A lot of people don't fantasize or visualize anything outside of their physical reality. So if their family members have only lived in a certain section of town, and you're telling one of those people, like, yo, you know, on the opposite side of town is this big huge house, and I want to go, you know, I'm going to try to get it. Of course they're going to tell you it's not possible, because in their reality all they're able to see is this small section. But that has nothing to do with you. You start going after your own dreams. You start doing the things you want to do and not needing other people's approval. Other people's approval and their validation will literally hold you back in life. You won't experience what you want to experience. When you finally make a decision that you're going to do whatever you want to do, or do what's best for your life, or start chasing your dreams, a lot of people will not agree with it, because a lot of people don't know how to dream big for themselves. So when you start doing it and not needing other people's validation, a lot of people are not going to agree with it. Like, a lot of people are not going to feel you on that one, but it's okay, because look, now if you don't have the need for other people's validation, you don't need their approval, you know. And that just opens up a whole new world for you. So many doors will open when you don't need anybody's validation. Like, the other day I decided, like, yo, I want to go hiking, you know, and I didn't have to ask anybody, like, do you think hiking is a good idea? No, it's what I wanted to do. And I met some amazing people. Like, I had planned on just going hiking by myself. I ended up hiking with a group of people. Like, everybody was so cool. They invited me back out next week. Like, we were supposed to get together at somebody's house for a pool party. It's just like, so I would have never met them people if I wouldn't have just did whatever I wanted to do without needing nobody's validation. Saying yes when I really want to say no, or saying yes when I just physically did not have the energy to do it. So no is a complete sentence. Like, hey, do you want to come babysit my kids? No. Well, why? Because I don't want to. You know, no is a complete sentence. You don't have to go into detail and tell people why your answer is no. If you don't want to do something, do not do it. If someone would call me and ask me to do something, you know, I'd be like, well, okay, even though I didn't want to. So I would say yes, even when I wanted to say no. That's no more. My no's are my no's, and that's how it is. You can like it or hate it. It really doesn't matter. But if I don't have the energy, if I simply don't want to do it, then I don't. It's okay to say no. Holding on to friendships because of invested time. Woo! It was one friendship in particular. I knew I should let this friendship go a long time ago, but I simply didn't, because you know, that's my day one. we've been cool forever. You know, that's my childhood friend, and so be it. But it was so many red flags along the way. So many times, you know, God was telling me, you need to let this person go, or Spirit was telling me, this, you know, this isn't your friend. But I held on to this person like it didn't matter. It was basically like I was holding on to a knife, and no matter how tight I tried to hold on to this knife, all I was really doing was hurting myself in the end. And you know, when I let that friendship go, you know, I honestly told her, like, girl, we done, we not friends no more. And when I finally let it go, it just was like a burden released off of me, and I didn't realize how much negative energy she had on her, and she carried into the friendship. But yeah, look, let these people go. If they're not for you, let them go. Because once you let them go, you're freeing up space where a better person can come in. You know, a better friendship can develop. So don't be afraid to let people go. Everybody cannot go, and everybody is not meant to go with you forever or go your whole life with you. It's okay. Let these people go who you know are no good for you. Pretending to be happy when I really was hurting. And you know, I just always been the type of person where it's like, it's no need for me to burden you with my issues. But now, you know, if someone asks me like, hey girl, how you doing? I'm like, you know, I'm okay. Or, you know, today isn't the best day, but you know, I'm gonna get through it. It's okay to let people know you're not doing perfect. Emotions are just part of the human experience, and sometimes your days may not be going as well. Sometimes an accident may happen. Sometimes you may just have bad days. It happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be excited and happy 100% of the time. It's okay to show and express your feelings. Allow your feelings to process. It's okay. You're human. Give yourself some leeway. It's okay. Allowing dysfunctional family members to steal my joy. I don't even think I need to go into detail about that. I think that sentence pretty much sums it up. Stop allowing people, including family members, to steal your joy. A lot of times when we're going through life and we're happy and our vibrations are high, other people are so quick to try to pull us down to their level. Stop doing that. When you're excited and when you're doing good, when you're, you know, conquering your dreams, completing your goals, when you know somebody has a reputation of being like stank and funky, disregard them or learn to avoid them. Keep it moving. Don't allow nobody to steal your joy, baby. And finally, expectations versus reality. So a pastor had told me this a while ago, and it always stuck with me because I was talking to him and I was like, well, this person, well, forget, I'm just gonna tell y'all. I was like, this person is my mom, you know, and I don't understand why she can't be like a decent human being. I don't understand why she's not loyal. I don't understand why she's not loving. I don't understand why she just can't be like a typical mom. And that pastor told me, you know, it's expectations versus reality. That person has shown you constantly and consistently who they are, but yet and still you're trying to paint another picture on them. He was like, your mom has shown you she's only about a 3 or a 4, and you keep trying to make her be like a 10. And she's not. You have to accept the reality that she is a 3 and stop trying to paint a different picture on her. So that's my advice to you guys as well. When it comes to people you have to deal with or you decide to deal with in your life, accept the reality of it all. Stop trying to paint a different picture onto them. Stop thinking, oh, because we're related or because we're family or because we're friends, you know, they need to be treating me this type of way. No, if they've shown you that they're going to be liars, cheaters, just bad people to their core, believe them. You can't, you're not a magician. You can't change people. Accept the behavior that they keep showing you. Okay? Okay. That's it for me, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I have officially hit like 2,200 subscribers, and I appreciate y'all for that. But as always, thank you. I appreciate you, and I will see y'all next time. Okay? Peace. Peace. Okay, bye.